Aloha, and welcome back to Beauty Juice, a place I have created to share tips and tricks and stories and just to hold a beautiful space for us to connect. It's been a minute since I've been on here and I felt the call today, so here I am. Today I wanted to discuss with you the biggest loss I've had in this life. This was quite literally the worst day of my life, the story I'm about to share. But I realized today while I was out on the surf that these hard circumstances, hard experiences, difficult, dark times that we go through, we've all heard it, but not until you experience it and come back out on the other side, realize how transformational they really can be and how much room for growth there is when you truly allow yourself to go there and experience it fully, digest the experience, and again come out on the other side with the wisdom and the knowledge, and again another experience in your pocket. So this story was about my dogs, and I had two hound dogs. I loved them dearly, and I have a couple ideas as to why this could have possibly happened to me when I feel I have so much good karma. But um, my my home is in Arizona, and it rains very seldomly. And it happened to be the end of summertime, and we had gone like it was like uh, about 150 days without rain, and then it being over 100 degrees. So incredibly hot, incredibly dry. One is just dehydrated simply by being in Arizona at that time. No matter how much water that you drink or how much oil you put on your skin, it's like you just somehow you just can't have enough of those things. And it was about 11 o'clock at night, and I was painting one of my favorite flowers, I believe, and I heard rain on the roof, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's raining. Like, I'm going outside right now. I'm gonna go run around, dance in it. It'll probably only be for a short time anyway. And my hound dogs, of course, were excited because I was excited, and we're going outside and it's late. And so we went outside, and there happened to be a pack of coyotes in our area. And because it was dark, I just didn't know, and I couldn't see them before um, before it was just too late. And so we ran outside, and everything was open, and the coyotes got the attention of my very precious hound dogs, and they took off, and they're very trickster animals. So they kind of like run tricks on like domesticated animals, not even always like to actually just eat them, but like almost like for sport or for play. And yeah, they got the attention, and we had two. So the younger one, his name was Fubob, Fu space Bob, and he was just so infatuated with our older hound dog Murphy Beatrice Goode, which is our last name, Goode with an E. So Murphy be good and Fu be good. And Murphy, she just almost had no self-control, really. She was like, her nose caught onto something, and that was it. It was like she couldn't see anything. She couldn't see past her nose, really, truly. And she sniffed the coyotes out probably before even they knew, honestly, that she was out, and took after them. And our sweet little Fubob, he took after her because anywhere that she went, that was his main priority. And yeah, I definitely thought that somehow I could get her attention back. But it's late and we live so far out in the desert, so there's like no street lights or anything. And I just, it's just a very like frantic experience of calling my dog and hearing, her barking or him barking and feeling like they're really close because they are, but also hearing the coyotes kind of start to come together, and then they start their howling, like their calls, and then you hear the other ones making the calls and like getting closer. Yeah. And me just wanting to continue having faith that they were just going to come home and that I was going to be able to regain control of the situation. And that really just was not the case. And so, I mean, um, they took off after the coyotes, and I, at some point, was able to somewhat get them home. But there was a road and a young lady in her like late teenage years speeding down the road, and she took out both my dogs in that moment. And one of them passed away immediately, and the other one I was afraid to touch because I didn't want to hurt him, the younger one. And my husband and I got him on a board and into the truck, and I just held him. He was big, probably like 80 pounds. And I held him and did Reiki on him the best that I could, trying to keep my composure. And he had his last breaths in my lap, in my hands. And it was definitely like a moment of like true surrender, because there's really nothing I could do. There's no taking back any of the decisions that I made to have gone outside or to take my precious dogs outside at a com- like completely random time, and not having any kind of like safety precautions, put up before I let them out the door. And so this definitely, like I said, I claim it as the worst day of my life. It happened on 9/11 as well, randomly. And it really just, now in hindsight, almost 2 years later, um, I'm so grateful that my dogs loved me so much that I really truly believe that they sacrificed themselves so that I could reclaim my health. That I always felt so bad going out on a hike or a run or even a walk if I didn't take them with me, because I felt like they needed as much exercise as I did, if not more. They're dogs. So I would feel really, really guilty. And so I would just end up not going at all. And then, or I would take them, but it was, less often. So I would not go on my exercises every day like I was doing for a while. I just felt too guilty, so I would just stay home. And ever since my precious dogs passed away, I have committed to a 365 miles of a year on my feet on a trail. So about well, the goal is 1 mile a day on the trails on my feet, just to find my zen, just to be with God, to be with myself in silence. And truly them sacrificing themselves in that way so I could be where I am now, completely raw vegan. I run several miles every day and excited about it. Like, at the time that they passed away, I didn't have that connection. I would go for runs every once in a while, but I was forcing myself. I didn't want to. I just felt like I should so that I could be healthy or I could be fit or I could slim my legs down. But now it's like I wake up and I'm just so excited to get out and to move this precious body that I've been gifted and to spend time in nature and commune with the divine, enjoy being in my own head and discovering new ways that I can explore this physical body, and in turn showing up as a more well-rounded, conscious, healthy, excited, beautiful from the inside human being. And so that definitely concludes my story of the biggest loss in life. And I would just love to tie it in with Beauty Juice, how special this is for me to create and to put out into the world and to share with the people that I love and the people that I'm going to love by getting to share my heart with you guys and help in any way that I can. So through this channel, I am helping to get my message out of taking care of our bodies in a deeper, more intimate, holy way. And I have a 6-part video series coming out here very soon to share about how I went raw vegan and just ways that you can incorporate more raw fruits and vegetables into your life. I'm not trying to convert anyone. I love Jesus, but I'm not religious. You know, I love Buddha as well. It's just to give the tools that I have found so beneficial in my own journey to others in hopes that it will bless you as much as it has blessed me, and that we can come together and support one another in a beautiful, healthy space to better serve the world. So, if any of that sounds good to you, if you're called to my message, if you want to learn more, please feel free to subscribe here. I'm so excited to continue posting and sharing what I have to offer with you all. And I will see you very soon on the next video. Thank you for being here.